Helping provide insight on the events in Nanjing is Suping Lu. He is the author of the 1937-1938 Nanjing Atrocities and a professor at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Thank you so much for joining us, Professor. How important are these remembrance events more than 8 decades later?
Yeah, of course, it is a very important event. And exactly 86 years ago, immediately after Japanese soldiers captured Nanjing, the capital then, they rounded up a large number of disarmed Chinese soldiers and civilians and mass murdered them on a magnitude scale. They also committed raping, rampant raping, and the looting, burning. So this event went down history, known as the Nanjing Massacre, as well as the rape of Nanjing, as it was known in the 1930s and 40s. It is significant for the Chinese history, and especially for the residents of Nanjing. You can imagine large number of victims were slaughtered or raped, or they were looted, robbed, or their houses were burned. So you can imagine almost it affected everyone in the city. These victims were either your family members, relatives, your friends, or your acquaintances, or the neighbors, or even someone you every day you say hi to. So these events to the Nanjing residents is very significant. That's why the Nanjing municipal government established the Memorial Museum in the 1980s. And people from Nanjing repeatedly requested to have the National Memorial Day in memory of those victims every December 13th.
And Professor, has it been difficult for young people today to pass those stories down, especially in other parts of the world that may not know much about this history? What do you think more needs to be done to tell the world about this?
Still, we need to bring the spotlights to this event repeatedly. And so I think this memorial service every December is good. This is just like the Americans have the memorial service for Pearl Harbor victims. And the Japanese do the same thing to the Hiroshima and Nagasaki victims. So I think the more research should be done and get involved more young students into these projects. And recently, I was involved in a project with the Nanjing University, the German department. They were doing a project. I think they involved quite a few young students there. I think this is the best way to do it.
All right, Professor Suping Lu, we are out of time. Thank you so much for sharing those stories with us.